The non-working royals meet the
Before Prince
hard-working
Harry
at the
and
Royal
Meghan
Children's
Markle
Hospital.
even packed their bags for Australia, a storm
If this
was already
non-royal
brewing
tour is in
the
fact a
press.
public relations
The
exercise, Harry and
anticipation
Meghan
of their
chose
royal
their
tour
first
was
stop
overshadowed
visiting
by
sick
a relentless
kids.
wave of scepticism and doubt.
Hundreds of
Headlines
smiley faces and
screamed
fist bumps
scepticism,
all round,
with bold
like a
letters
royal
predicting
welcome.
disaster and
We had the
disappointment
same hair
at every turn.
colour.
Some critics
I
insisted
found out
the couple
I
would face
recently
cold
relapsed with
shoulders
leukemia for the
and
fourth
frosty
time.
receptions wherever they went.
This meeting today just
Others
perked up my
claimed
day a
Australia
lot.
It's
simply
honestly
wouldn't
the
care
best
that
medicine.
the royal
It's been
magic
great. Nice
would
to be back.
fizzle out on distant shores. It was hard to miss the loud voices saying,
The
"They're
hospital
not
visit
welcome,"
continues a
or,
long
"It's
family
all just a
tradition for
show."
Harry, his parents, the
The
then Prince and
negativity
Princess of
echoed
Wales,
everywhere,
and his
growing
grandmother,
louder
Queen
with each
Elizabeth
passing
II,
day.
have all visited the
Commentators
Royal
on
Children's
television
Hospital
and
as
anonymous
working
online
royals,
voices
but now
painted
he's
a grim,
not one of
almost
them.
hopeless picture
But for all the
of what
smiles and
awaited
warm handshakes
Harry
face to
and
face,
Meghan.
online it's a
They
very
warned of
different
awkward
sentiment.
silences
Posts
in
slamming
different
the couple
crowds
and their
and a lack
non-royal
of
tour,
genuine
hoping it's not
enthusiasm.
costing the taxpayer
Australians
a cent.
aren't interested.
Don't come here in Australia.
one
You don't
popular
belong here in
columnist
Australia.
declared.
The couple travelled Qantas
Certain that
business
Harry
class
and
from
Meghan's
Los Angeles.
charm
Their
would
plane
not
arrived
travel
just
across
after
the
6:30
globe
this
or
morning.
win
It's so
over
exciting.
new
Everyone was
hearts.
very excited to see them on board.
These
Their
predictions
trip to Melbourne
weren't just
making
casual
headlines
opinions
in the UK.
tossed around in
Paul
passing.
Dowsey from Channel
They
7
were constant,
Australia is there
repeating
for
endlessly
us
in
now.
news
Later,
cycles,
Meghan visiting a
social
women's
feeds,
shelter in
and even
Footscray.
casual conversation.
And together
Doubt was
with
everywhere,
families at the Veterans
seeping
Art
into daily
Museum
life,
on St Kilda
shaping
Road.
expectations
When we spoke to them and engaged
colouring
with them, they
every
actually
discussion
listened
about
and they
the
looked at
upcoming
us and
visit.
took us all in, so we
The
felt very
world
heard, very
seemed
seen,
ready
very
for a
valued.
flop,
No
with
motorcade,
international
no
headlines
police
predicting
escort,
failure
and no
before the
officers
plane
at any
even
of their
touched down.
appearances.
I was so
Yet,
excited.
as the
that I
sun
forgot to
rose
press
over
record.
Sydney
But
and
Harry's
crowds began
appearance
to gather,
itself
something
on the mind
unexpected
of this fan.
started to
It's
happen.
only so often that you stumble
Against
across
all odds,
elite,
those negative forecasts
elite ginger.
would soon be proven wrong. Not by headlines, but by the hearts and hands of real people, eager to
Dowsley,
welcome Harry
7
and
News.
Meghan with open arms. From the moment Harry and Meghan's plane touched down on Australian soil, there was a sense that something truly special was about to unfold. The anticipation in the air was almost tangible, as if the entire city was holding its breath, waiting for a glimpse of the royal couple. Crowds had already begun to gather, waving Australian flags and holding up homemade signs decorated with heartfelt messages and colourful drawings. People from all walks of life came together, united by excitement and curiosity. The city streets buzzed with energy and anticipation. People of all ages, from young children to grandparents, lined the barriers, eager to catch even the briefest glimpse of Harry and Meghan as they made their way through Sydney. Instead of icy stares or indifference, the Duke and Duchess were met with a wave of cheers and applause that echoed down the streets. The atmosphere was electric, filled with genuine warmth. Smiles broke out everywhere they walked, spreading from person to person like sunshine on a bright morning. It was impossible not to feel the joy in the air. Children perched on their parents' shoulders waved their flags enthusiastically, while elders in the crowd nodded in approval, their faces lighting up with pride and happiness. The anticipation was real, and so was the warm welcome. Every face in the crowd seemed to glow with excitement, making it clear that this was a moment to remember. Security teams worked diligently to keep everyone safe, but it was obvious that the crowd's only intention was to be part of this joyful occasion. There was a sense of unity and shared happiness. Volunteers moved through the crowd, helping to organise lines and answer questions. Strangers struck up conversations, laughing and sharing stories as if they'd known each other for years. The entire event felt more like a celebration than an obligation. Laughter and cheerful chatter filled the air, creating a festive atmosphere that brought the community together. No one was forced to be there. Everyone had chosen to come, drawn by the excitement and the chance to be part of something bigger than themselves. People arrived with gifts, flowers and flags, eager to show their support and goodwill. The sense of welcome was overwhelming, and the positive energy was contagious. That very first Australian morning, as the sun rose over Sydney and the city came alive, set the perfect tone for the entire royal visit, a tone of joy, unity and heartfelt celebration. As the royal couple travelled from city to city, the welcome only grew warmer. Each stop on their tour seemed to draw even larger crowds, with people eager to catch a glimpse of Harry and Meghan. The excitement in the air was unmistakable, and the couple responded with genuine smiles and waves, making everyone feel included in the celebration. Families lined the streets, waving their hands and calling out greetings. Many brought homemade signs and flags, hoping to catch the couple's attention as their motorcade passed by. The sense of community was palpable as neighbours gathered together to share in the historic moment. Workers took their lunch breaks just to catch a glimpse, some snapping photos while others simply watched with admiration. Office windows filled with faces, and people leaned out to wave, eager to be part of the excitement. The royal visit became the talk of the town, uniting people from all walks of life. Community groups brought gifts, flowers, hand-painted cards, even knitted items for baby Archie. Local organisations and charities presented tokens of appreciation, reflecting the warmth and generosity of the Australian spirit. Children laughed and reached out for high fives, their faces lighting up with joy as Harry and Meghan greeted them. For many, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and the couple's kindness left a lasting impression. In every handshake and every hug, you could see genuine affection. The royal couple took time to listen to personal stories, sharing heartfelt moments with people of all ages. Farmers who had driven hours joined city dwellers in the crowd. People travelled from remote towns and bustling cities alike, united by their excitement and admiration for Harry and Meghan. School children practiced their curtsies, and local artists sketched portraits on the spot. The festivities brought out creativity and pride, with everyone eager to contribute to the joyful atmosphere. The diversity of the crowds showed how Harry and Meghan's story touched every corner of Australia. People from all backgrounds and cultures came together, celebrating not just royalty, but shared values of kindness and inclusion. The excitement was not just for royalty, but for two people who made everyone feel seen and valued. Their openness and warmth resonated deeply, creating memories that would last long after the tour ended. The connection was real and heartfelt. In every interaction, Harry and Meghan left a sense of hope and unity, reminding Australians of the power of compassion and togetherness. In every town, there were stories that never made the front page. A young woman, inspired by Meghan's advocacy, held up a sign that read, "Thank you for your voice." An elderly veteran shook Harry's hand and said, "You remind me of your mother's kindness." A group of nurses presented Meghan with a bouquet and told her how her courage gave them strength. Local shop owners handed out free coffee to anyone waiting to see the couple. Even pets joined the festivities, with dogs sporting bandanas that read, "Welcome, Harry and Meghan." People didn't just want a photo, they wanted a moment. Each smile, handshake and story shared was a testament to genuine connection. These were unscripted, deeply personal interactions that left lasting impressions on both the visitors and the hosts. Nothing about Harry and Meghan's visit felt forced. The way they knelt to speak with children or lingered to listen to someone's story really proved this was not just another royal tour. It was clear they were present, engaged and open-hearted. At one stop, Meghan paused to comfort a tearful girl who missed her mum. Harry quietly thanked a firefighter for his bravery during the bushfires, asking about his family's well-being. Local musicians played tunes, and the couple clapped along, laughing and singing with the crowd. These were not moments planned by a publicist. They were sincere acts of kindness and curiosity. Every gesture showed respect and gratitude for being welcomed so warmly. For Australians, this authenticity mattered. They didn't just meet royals, they met people who genuinely cared. As the days passed, it became impossible to deny the truth. The negative headlines looked out of touch. Reporters who followed the tour began to change their tone. Social media filled with photos and videos that told a different story than the one predicted. Articles were rewritten. Surprisingly warm welcome, some outlets admitted. Critics who expected silence saw instead endless cheers, waves and heartfelt signs. The narrative had shifted and the evidence was everywhere. People posted their own experiences online, sharing encounters and snapshots. The contrast was striking. Real people's joy overpowered the old doubts. Even skeptical journalists found themselves moved by the outpouring of support. The world watched as critics' predictions crumbled in the face of simple human kindness. Across the internet, the story took on a life of its own. Hashtags like Munch Aussie Welcome and Love for Harry and Meghan trended on Twitter and Instagram. People from all walks of life posted photos, shared stories, and offered words of encouragement. Fans created artwork, wrote poems, and sent messages from every corner of Australia. Videos of Harry and Meghan hugging children or laughing with elders went viral. The comment sections overflowed with positivity, hearts, smiley faces, and notes of thanks. Social media became a space for celebration, not criticism. Even those who had once doubted joined in, admitting they were moved by what they saw. The warmth was contagious, spreading far beyond Australia. Online, the visit was not about royalty or fame. It was about kindness, connection, and hope. The enthusiasm did not stop at Australia's borders. International fans watched closely, sharing their own messages of love and support. People from the UK, US, Canada and around the world cheered on the couple and the Australians who welcomed them. Global news outlets picked up the story, highlighting the surprising outpouring of affection. Supporters sent letters and gifts to embassies, and fan pages grew by the thousands. The world saw Australia not just as a destination, but as a place of open hearts and open minds. Charity groups in other countries echoed the messages of unity and kindness. Schools held assemblies to talk about the importance of compassion, inspired by Meghan and Harry's example. Love and connection proved to be universal languages, drawing people together across oceans and continents. In the end, Harry and Meghan's visit to Australia was about more than royal appearances. It was a reminder of the power of kindness, authenticity, and open-hearted connection. Where critics saw division, real people built bridges of understanding. The story was not just about a couple or a country. It was about the choice to welcome rather than judge, to celebrate rather than criticize. Smiles, conversations, and moments of shared humanity became the real headlines. Love, warmth, and resilience triumphed over negativity and doubt. The visit proved that even in a noisy world, the quiet strength of kindness can change hearts and bring us all closer together.